Hey Juventini, welcome to the All Juve cast. I'm Alberto, and I'm going to bring you the recap from Max Allegri's press conference as we are one day away from the Derby della Molle taking place, Juventus versus Torino. Max Allegri kicked off his press conference, basically showing respect to Juric, who is doing a great job, as Allegri says, with Torino. He's conveyed concepts to this team that represent the Toro spirit. He also says that Torino won't be giving away much and that Juventus will have to be very, very patient in this match. He continues on about Juventus basically needing to sort out the league table now. Okay, they're reeling from the victory on Wednesday or whatnot, but he warns this match is going to be much more difficult. The reason he warns it's going to be much more difficult is that he says for Torino, tomorrow is the match of a lifetime, and they're preparing for the derby to the maximum. And that's why it's going to be much, much more challenging than facing the Chelsea side on Wednesday. Interesting thoughts from the gaffer there. He spoke about the match on Wednesday against Chelsea, saying that we made technical mistakes at the beginning, but we had the right interpretation of the game. And I believe that's just speaking to realizing where they're going to suffer against Chelsea, but being able to bend and not break and try and punch them in the mouth on some counters, which we actually did quite well. I said that was a very misleading match in terms of statistics. And if you looked at the statistics, it would show you a different match than what you actually viewed. So interesting reading by Max Allegri. Now, he also gave some news about Arthur and Kyle George, who could be on the bench tomorrow for Juventus, which would mean, without a doubt, after international break, they would be available, and then we should be getting Dybala back as well. So Arthur, Kyle George, Dybala after international break should be good. We have to wait a little bit longer for Morata. Big stuff. He talked about Arthur in training with the team. And he says he's a player that raises the level of quality amongst the entire team when he's out there. So big words from Allegri. And again, this could help the midfield big time because it could free up Locatelli even more. But again, I want to hear your takes on Locatelli. Do you keep him in that deep line role? Because Arthur's got to find his way. Do you go two-man pivot or do you go three in the middle? If you go three in the middle, for me, Arthur has to play ahead of the defense, just be that possession guy, that release from the press of our opponents, and Locatelli could go up and cook offensively and be that creator. So interesting stuff. Bernardeschi, Allegri spoke about Bernardeschi, and he said he had a very good game against Chelsea, especially on a physical level and on a performance level as he set up Chiesa's goal. So great words from Max in terms of Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi did get rip on some ratings out that I saw, but I thought it was very unfair. He did his role perfectly in that match, in my opinion. So yeah, good words on Bernardeschi. Also, news breaking out about Bernardeschi, obviously, as he's looking for a contract extension, but there are no meetings set up with Juventus as of yet, and they're going to probably wait towards the end of the season to realize what they're going to do in Bernardeschi's situation. So nothing convincing at the moment. So he's just got to mount up those performances, but maybe a new role for Bernardeschi in that false nine, or you can consider a central attacking mid position. But yeah, there you go. Dybala and Chiesa up top. Max Allegri was asked about Dybala and Chiesa up top, and he said he used them up top against Empoli. But of course, it was a different game with different characteristics. I agree, there's probably times you could use it, but as a main, I still think if you put the two of them up top, you are going to suffer a bit. I think both of those guys need a target man, a true nine up top to really be able to put their influence and their impact in the matches. David Trezeguet, Juventus legend, was actually questioned about it today, and he said the same. He goes, "For me, Chiesa is a winger all day, or he could be a second striker, but you need that target man up top with him," and I agree with him. Allegri talking about Bentancur, he said he made some mistakes, generous. And he said Locatelli had a good aggressive and technical showing versus Chelsea. Locatelli has been a silent assassin in the past two games, and he's just been flying under the radar, but putting in great work and maximum effort defensively, has to be said. And last, Max finishes with Szczesny and Chiellini are starting tomorrow. So the probable lineup you should see with Juventus facing Torino, according to Gazzetta, would be Szczesny, Danilo, Delict, Chiellini, Sandro, with Quadrado, Bentancur, Locatelli, Rabiot in the middle, Keane, and Chiesa up top. What do you think about that lineup? What do you think about the press conference in general and the words of Max Allegri? I want to hear from all you Juventini. Drop your thoughts, opinions in the comment section here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's go and get ready for this Derby della Mola. And of course, we're going to be back tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with a match day live as we get ready for this Derby della Mola. All right. We'll talk then. Forza Juve, fino alla fine.